Tonight's broadcast of the USL Championship is brought to you in part by ASMC. It's match day number 3 in the Valley of the Sun, and it's up over triple digits already as Phoenix Rising are back home at 38th in Washington to play host to the Western Conference foe in the unbeaten Oakland Roots SC. I want to welcome you high atop the pitch, Killian McClatchy, my partner as always, Joe Lowry. And Joe, should be an interesting one here tonight. Two Western Conference rivals. They know each other well. New coach here for Oakland, who's off to a really hot start.
Yeah, this Oakland team has been very strong to begin 2026. 2 games, 2 wins. It looks like Ryan Martin's group knows who they want to be. Phoenix Rising maybe still trying to find themselves.
Certainly are. We're going to give you the Circle K players to watch to start off this evening. For the hosts wearing the black kits today, it's Hope Aveyevu. He led the team last year in goal contributions. Still trying to kind of get his footing. He did play well in the midweek in the Open Cup.
Yeah, very much so. That was Phoenix's first win of the season, though not in league play. Aveyevu is this team's creative hub. And with Phoenix Rising missing the suspended Juan Carvajal up top tonight, Aveyevu's role on that left side of central midfield is going to become even more pivotal for Pamadou Ka.
They're going to need him big. No Carvajal, as you mentioned, Isan Sako getting the start up top at the striker position. Over on the other side, for this Oakland Roots team, they're 2-0. It is the reigning Golden Boot winner, Peter Wilson. He scored a lot. He had one taken off earlier last week. You have to imagine he's hungry to find the back of the net tonight.
Yeah, Peter Wilson has had success here at 38th in Washington. Really, it was Phoenix Rising that helped him kickstart sort of his scoring run last year. He was benched at halftime of a July game against Rising in Oakland and then went on a tear with 15 goals in 13 games. Peter Wilson, especially with Danny Trejo around him tonight in Ryan Martin's attack, is the guy to watch.
Yeah, he was very active last week, as we said. Had a goal taken off. It got changed to an own goal. I have to imagine he's ready to rock and roll. 18 goals a season ago in the championship, as he and this Oakland Roots team look to try and win 3 consecutive to start the season and 4 consecutive in league play dating back to last year, which would be a club record. Well, we got a good one coming here tonight in the nightcap. It was family day. Easter eggs were sprawled out everywhere. Joe Lowry didn't get any this week, but it's okay. We got soccer coming up, starting lineups and kickoff coming up on the other side of this break.
When you trust your heart to Abrazo Health, you're choosing a team who have dedicated their lives helping to save yours.
You're choosing physicians, medical assistants, and providers who commit their lives to understanding every connection and hearing the whole person.
We are here for every heartbeat, from preventative diagnostic testing
to performing complex, life-saving heart surgeries.
We believe heart care is more than just treatment. It's a journey we take together.
Billy, I need help with the clicker.
Yeah, wait, 1 second, Grandma. This guy's gonna buy my car. Billy, you still there? Okay,
You need Carvana. What's your plate number?
Boss, M-O-V.
Vehicle features, no accidents, right?
No.
Good. Generating offer. Carvana can pick it up tomorrow.
That's an amazing offer. Do you still need help with the clicker?
I'll ask your sister.
Sell your car the easy way with Carvana.
Are you okay? You seem upset. Turns out you were right. Our car was breaking down and we did need a new one with a loan from America First Credit Union. Me saying there was no hurry and to wait was wrong. Hey, on the bright side, we got to meet Huey.
Get your money working with our low-rate auto loans, now with no payments for 90 days.
At Raising Cane's, we focus on making the most craveable chicken finger meals, getting them right every time. That's why we hand batter every chicken finger, mix every cane sauce, butter every Texas toast, stir every slaw, salt every fry, squeeze every lemon, and brew every ounce. We do this inside every Raising Cane's, every day. Because when you do it right, you can taste it in every bite. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
This broadcast of the USL Championship is brought to you in part by Carvana, ASMC, and America First Credit Union. Almost ready to go. And from 38th Street and Washington, Killian McClatchy, Joe Lowry, ready to bring this one to you as Phoenix Rising get ready to play host to Oakland Roots SC. Rising with a draw and a loss so far to start this season. Oakland Roots 2-0, looking to try and improve their best ever start. Give you the starting lineups for tonight from these two sides, as Phoenix Rising donning the third kit, the all black with some red accents, as Oakland Roots wearing the all white, donning their alternate kit for the first time this season. As here are the starting 11 for these two teams. As the fans excited to go. As here is the 11 for Coach Ryan Martin in his first year. The two up top, Joe, you mentioned Danny Trejo and Peter Wilson, very dangerous up top together.
Yeah, those two are an incredible duo, and Ryan Martin realized that very quickly upon arriving in Oakland, that Trejo really was best up top next to Peter Wilson. We saw a glimpse of that out here at 38th and Washington last season in a 3-3 draw, high-scoring affair between these two teams. Peter Wilson bagged a brace, Trejo bagged a goal, and assisted one of those goals to Wilson. A really, really high-octane Oakland Roots team.
Over on the other side, this is the 11 for Pamukkale. One change being made in the 11. No Juan Carvajal tonight, as he was out, suspended tonight with the red card. It is Isan Sacco who's stepping into that striker role.
That's right. It will be Sacco up top playing in between Johnson and Charlie Dennis. The midfield really an area to watch tonight. Their discipline could help define this game against a really promising Oakland attack.
Well, we are excited for this one tonight. The head referee this evening is Matt Thompson, as we are almost ready for this match to get underway from these two Western Conference foes. As we said, a win tonight would mark 4 straight victories, which would set a club record for this Oakland Roots team. And you look around the league, only Oakland and Louisville started the season undefeated, as Louisville did come away with a victory earlier today, so they picked up a total of 9 points in 9 possible points that they could get. In the last 6 meetings they've been here in Phoenix, it's been winless. 3 draws, 3 losses. Last time Oakland won in Phoenix was back in 2022. Here is Lowry's Lowdown, presented by Peoria Nissan. What do we have this evening, Joe?
Yeah, these two very much fit together for Phoenix Rising. It's about staying compact defensively in their 4-3-3 shape. Can Jean-Eric Morsu as that single pivot, and Hope Avievu as that left-sided number 8 really help Danny Gomez to be as effective player in this midfield group? Can they stop Oakland coming at them the other way? And that's where Oakland's side of this comes into play. Peter Wilson, the Golden Boot winner last year, he's so effective through the middle. Can Oakland find him service?
We are off and going. This one touchdown and spun around. Oakland with an early opportunity at the edge of the 18, as was Wolfgang Prentice. He scored an early goal last week in the 2-1 victory over New Mexico in Oakland. It was a match that Ryan Martin's side, they played well. He felt like they still missed a few opportunities. It could have been a little bit easier for them than the 2-1 scoreline showed, but they look dangerous in the moments, and this Oakland team certainly looks like they've found a little bit of a new identity under their new coach.
Yeah, Oakland very much settling into a familiar system for Ryan Martin, coming over from Loudoun United after a long spell there. It's going to be a very familiar 4-2-2-2 structure for Oakland. One thing, interestingly, popping out in the early stages, Danny Trejo playing off the right side in that right half space where Tyler Gibson has started the first 2 games in the year. It will still be Peter Wilson up top, but Trejo's going to be to the right rather than to the left.
This one, touchdown by Hope Avievu. This is a Phoenix Rising side that played well in their midweek in the U.S. Open Cup against San Ramon. Coming with a 4-0 victory. Advancing on to the next round. They got the draw. It'll be another match with Orange County SC in a few weeks' time in the next round of the Open Cup. Good 4-0 victory. First one on the season in all competitions for this side, as Charlie Dennis has one of his first touches. Dennis getting the start out there on the right wing tonight, with Isan Sacco having to slide inside of that striker role. He's rolled back into play as Pamukkale's side. A busy week, but certainly excited to at least have 3 straight matches here at home.
Yeah, very much so. I thought it was interesting, some of the regulars that did get to go on Tuesday in that 4-0 win over San Ramon in the Open Cup. Some rotation, certainly a lot of the youngsters getting run for Phoenix Rising in that game. But one man that played a lot in that game on Tuesday evening, Jean-Eric Morceau, played the full 90 at the base of midfield. He was a really, really impactful player, Morceau, in that match. He's got legs for days. Certainly somebody to watch tonight.
Ball flag goes up, so it wouldn't matter. Prentice was offside, so Phoenix will be able to take it back. So here is the availability report for tonight. These 2 sides presented by Spooner. Oakland Roots ready to go, and then on the other side, no Pop Marboy, no Damian Rivera, no Kelvin Arase. All 3 of them still working back from some knocks in the offseason. There you go, as Avievu chips one to the far side of the pitch. A poor touch by Colin Smith. And it goes out. It'll be a throw to Oakland.
Yeah, this is Oakland getting closer and closer to full fitness. Trejo being in the 11 is a big step there. They are still missing Florian Velo, who I do imagine could be the starter on the right side, moving Trejo inside when Ryan Martin has his full strength group together. King and Tingy as well. He's a guy to watch in the fullback spot for this group. Just a few more pieces that Oakland are waiting to be fully bedded in here.
And one of those pieces that they do have right now is a man right in the middle of the screen, 9, number 4. That is Tommy McCabe. He is one of the guys that came over as all trying to play through for Wilson, and Phoenix able to clear it away. It'll be a long chase. There's nothing there. Still good hustle, however, from Isan Sacco to put some pressure on Oakland. Sliding challenge from Dennis as got a piece of it. Will be a throw, though, to Oakland. But Tommy McCabe, one of the 3 that came over from Loudoun United last season with Ryan Martin. We talked a lot about the 3 of them earlier this week, and especially as Darius Johnson comes in from behind, steals that ball away. Nicely done as Avievu turns into a couple of defenders. Danny Trejo, one of the 2 there. Cycle all the way over the other side, but McCabe, one of the premier players in this league at his position from Ryan Martin's perspective.
Yeah, very comfortable rolling Tommy McCabe out in basically any team and any club in the USL Championship. So comfortable on the ball, is very, very ball secure at the base of midfield, and that's something that Ryan Martin values. Playing with that double pivot, there's a lot of responsibility on those players to receive under pressure, turn, and be able to play forward, and McCabe can do that better than just about anybody in the USL Championship. Killian, you mentioned it, him, Florian Velo, Keegan Tingy coming with Ryan Martin to Oakland. Ryan Martin having a lot of say in the player personnel side of the club in Oakland, certainly. Those 3 players towards the end of the Loudoun United season, Ryan Martin told us, were asking him, Coach, where are you going and where are we going? There's that real togetherness here about this Oakland group.
That's something that certainly helps, and it's something that we've had conversations with Pamadou Ka about, with some of the guys that he's coached before, and even just coming into this season, his 2nd year in Phoenix, and how important it is to have guys that they already understand what the system is, they understand how he is, and they get what they're trying to do to kind of establish a good starting point for the club.
Yeah, very much. It's been helpful for this Oakland group to have that foundation coming in from some of the similarities between the system that we saw from them to end last season under Benny Feilhaber, and then what Ryan Martin wants to do, and of course players that understand what that's like.
Long run as Charlie Dennis tries to send this one into the center. Hope Avievu and Darius Johnson were both over there for a while, their hands up. Trejo, nice little move, trying to get around Luke Biasi, but he's able to recover and get back. That one played back through. Trejo keeps it in. The pass goes right into midfield, where J.P. Skierce steps in. Skierce stepping back once again in a little bit of an unfamiliar role at the center back spot. Still no Rafa Shihus. He is available on the bench tonight, however. He had a little bit of a warm-up, kind of a tweak, I guess is the best way to say it, last week. They're being safe, wanted to be on the cautious side, so kept him out of last week's match. He is available, though, tonight. There's a ball placed in. It's a foot race if Johnson can get to it, and he does. Johnson, right down the end line, tries to cut inside, and it's going to be stepped through, knocked away by Fisher. And it will be a goal kick. They said it was last touched by Johnson. Very nicely done defensive work by Mark Fisher.
Yeah, that is good defending from the outside back. Darius Johnson getting onto the end of that switch from Charlie Dennis. That's some of what you get from Dennis in this 11, is you get those defense-altering diagonal balls from that right side. You also get some set-piece work. Certainly Phoenix Rising's best set-piece takers and one of the best in the USL Championship. You haven't seen any of those looks yet for Phoenix tonight, but that is certainly something to watch.
Johnson sticks his foot in. Sacco thought about going after it, trying to 1-2 right back to him. Takes a deflection back to Johnson's feet. Johnson tries to feed one through, but there was a gaggle of white kits waiting for it. Phoenix still with possession as Charlie Dennis gets taken down. It'll be a free kick in a bit of a dangerous area for the left-footed Charlie Dennis.
Yeah, this will be one of those set-piece opportunities that we're talking about just a moment ago. We'll see JP Skiers there thread Charlie Dennis forward. Just a little bit of contact there. Charlie Dennis does well to draw the foul. Now he'll have an opportunity on this dead ball to make something happen for Rising.
Julian Bravo came in just a tad too aggressively. A little tug and takedown of Charlie Dennis. Dennis was spectacular at the end of last season. 7 goals. Which led the club. 6 of his 7 goals that he scored last year were either game-winning or game-tying goals in some way, shape, or form. Dennis going for a goal, and that one a bit too tall. So the first opportunity for Phoenix goes by the wayside as Rafael Spiegel will go and collect the ball. First time getting to mention Spiegel as he and Kendall McIntosh, the two kind of went back and forth last year for the goalie position, and looks like Spiegel is the man who's come away with the first chance this year.
Yeah, Spiegel does bring some of that continuity. Killing, you mentioned that battle that was in goal for Benny Feilhaber last season. Feilhaber not afraid to change goalkeepers from one week to the next, not even afraid to change goalkeepers within a game. A little bit more stability I would expect coming out of that goalkeeper spot under Ryan Martin in 2026.
Spiegel from Switzerland. Was brought in last season as he spent a majority of his career over in Europe. Grasshopper Zurich, West Ham systems. Eventually kind of finding a spot in his native Switzerland. So Oakland starting to play a ball around the back. Haven't had much possession in these opening 10 minutes, the visitors have. As McCabe plays back one of the new faces. That's Michael Edwards. Gives it off to Trejo. Uranga tries to send one in deep, but a bit too far for Bravo to go and chase down. As Chituru Odunze will set up for his. Odunze on the other side, another new man in net for Pamuduka. He played well last week. Just couldn't absorb the final few moments of pressure. Ended up giving away that goal at the very end of the match to Orange County SC in the 94th minute. As the ball played over the top, Spiegel has to head it away as Johnson was right there on top of him. But Odunze, it was really a quick turnaround from how the opening match went to last week for him.
Yeah, Odunze much sharper between the posts when it came to his shot stopping in that game against Orange County. Made some big saves in that matchup to really keep Phoenix Rising in the game. Certainly struggled out of the gates on the road in San Antonio. One area that I'm curious to see more from Odunze is what he can do with his feet. Talking with Ryan Martin earlier on this week, that's an area that Oakland were looking at. You know, how are Phoenix going to play out of the back? How much are they going to play out of the back? Odunze has not looked settled in build-up moments. Though Phoenix Rising as a group so far tonight have found their midfield advantage against this Oakland side. Really on paper, it's that Babose Biaranga and Tommy McCabe double pivot for Oakland against this midfield trio for Phoenix Rising. Phoenix have done well to overload that space, and now you see Charlie Dennis dropping in to make up more numbers there.
All played out for Biasi. Only knocked around just a little bit as Edwards to be the man that has it.
And it looks like Phoenix Rising tonight are defending in more of this lopsided 4-4-2 sort of shape. where Darius Johnson is stepping high alongside Isan Sako. Charlie Dennis is holding the width on the right. Hope Avievo on the left. Haven't seen this look quite so much from Phoenix Rising so far in 2026. The idea being to really congest the middle of the field, where Oakland really try to create overloads with their double pivot, with their two wingers that can come narrow at times, and with their front two. Curious to see how this progresses.
Ball trying to go over the top for Wilson, who knocks it down. Trejo wants to try and go off the short volley, and nothing there, as he wasn't really able to get behind that much, but liked the opportunity. A little clap of the hands from Danny Trejo. Another man who very much enjoys being here in Arizona. Plays very well against Rising. He's a guy who has played here with Rising. He was a part of that team that went on that title run back in 2023. Avievu posts that one across. Up for Sako. Sako has to stop and wait as Avievu comes over and unable to keep that one. A little bit of a poor first touch.
Yeah, it's sloppy from Phoenix Rising once they broke into the attacking half, but the ball progression from Rising tonight has been much better, of them actually breaking into the attacking half. Avievu has drifted at times across from his left-sided central midfield role all the way to the right side of the field to be that +1 against the McCabe-Babosi double pivot for Oakland, and it's really giving the visitors some difficulty.
Edwards will pick it up at the top of the 18. Uranga tries to play through. Nicely done, though, by Skiers to get his foot up and knock that one down. And now sliding in and upended is Colin Smith as he is down. And now Matt Thompson telling everybody to settle down as Smith still down, and they're taking a look at him. It was a hard challenge. Two players just going after the ball.
Yeah, you see the sliding challenge there from Bravo on that far side. Colin Smith never afraid to get into a little bit of a scrap. Ends up getting a chunk taken out of his leg.
That was Julian Bravo, the man who came in going after that challenge, and he's getting a quick talking to. Might have been a hair late. The ball might have been away, but that's such a bang-bang play no matter what. That's hard to... Once you get going like that, sure, and you're sliding on the ground, there's really not much you can do. Just whistled back in. Fisher will head it away for Trejo, who chests it down to himself. Tommy McCabe. And I'll remind you that the USL Championship and League One are on CBS Sports and ESPN platforms all season long. Catch live matches and expert analysis every day on the CBS Sports Golazo Network and ESPN+. Go to USLChampionship.com or USLLeague1.com for the complete USL TV listings. A slip by Pelayo. That one in behind. Prentice is a foot race as Skiers is the man to win it. JP Skiers looking comfortable as ever in that center back position, is now Phoenix with an opportunity to try and break out. Charlie Dennis with some space off to the right. Gomez finds him. Dennis waits up for it. Dennis cuts in, wants his left, tries for the shot, knocked down though by Bravo, who was with him every step of the way. Trejo now on the near side in front of Luke Biasi. That's going to be a fun matchup to watch if it stays that way. Luke Biasi, very physical, was really sharp last week for Phoenix, and obviously we know Danny Trejo and the skill that he possesses.
Yeah, Trejo went at him a couple times in the opening minutes of this game. I love that you spotlighted that matchup, Killian. My eyes have been on that as well. Biasi, we know that he's playing on the side of his non-dominant foot, but is such a physical and capable defender regardless of where you put him in the back line. And Trejo is a guy who likes to drive at you, likes to combine as well. We've seen some 2v1s coming down this near side for Phoenix Rising. That is certainly a matchup to watch.
Yeah, and Ryan Martin really happy to get Danny Trejo back and available to start. Been dealing with a little bit of a knock himself at the early portion of the season. They're just kind of waiting for him to be closer to 100%, but they love the tandem of Trejo and Wilson up top as Prentice touches it down, gets it right back. Biaranga gets it off of his feet from McCabe. McCabe standing tall. Oakland with a little bit of possession, kind of looking around, seeing where they might be able to enter into this attacking third. Prentice, lovely little give and go. Prentice wants to cross one in, looking for Wilson. Wilson goes for goal, but can't find it on net, just wide of that right post. He had Odunze beat as well.
Well, that's why we highlighted Peter Wilson in one of the keys for this game. He needs service, and that is a lovely ball in from Wolfgang Prentice on that far side. And it's Pelayo, it looks like, who just gets a touch to that ball, but Wilson's so clever with his movement off the ball inside the 18. He thrives really on those one-touch sort of finish opportunities. It was a huge part of his Golden Boot winning season last year. Such a dangerous player, a real fox in the box inside the 18.
Catch by this officiating crew. At first they pointed for the corners. It did look like it took the deflection off Pelayo, but it was Wilson who got that last touch and deflected it wide. So it will be a goal kick. Very good catch by this crew. I think it might have taken, it helped a little bit of convincing from the Rising defenders. As there's a ball played down, misplayed, in towards the center. Biaranga going for a goal. Odunze with a kick save. Now going back at it a second time. McCabe from distance and launches that one into the south end stands. Bit of an unnerving moment out back with a little bit of pressure being applied from Oakland.
And that's Oakland's best pressing moment of the game. You don't see it there on the replay, but that sequence all starts with the ball at the feet of Chichiro Odunze before he makes that save. And he can't quite make up his mind as to which of the double pivot partners he's got in front of him to play, whether it's Jean-Eric Morsu or Diego Gomez. Ends up delaying too long. Phoenix Rising turn the ball over, and it's a golden chance for Oakland. The best look either side has had in this game so far.
Wilson with a poor touch as it rolls right out. You have to imagine, as you said, Ryan Martin, that was one of the things that he mentioned was how is they going to play out the back. Poor pass to nobody from Gomez, so possession going right back the other direction. But will we start to see less of those shorter passes, more pressure on that press from Oakland, and some deeper balls sent in?
Yeah, it feels like the opportunities are there for Phoenix Rising. It really is Babosi Biaranga up against Eric Morsu and Gomez. Phoenix have that 2v1 advantage at the edge of the box, and they've exploited it well so far tonight, but that was certainly a misplay from Rising.
Bravo, another collision there with Smith as he came over to close down on him. Oakland keeps the ball at their feet, however. Fisher meandering his way into the midfield. Prentice tried to chip it forward, but Bravo wasn't there for the run.
And you mentioned Fisher drifting inside there, Killian. Danny Trejo's been holding the width quite often on this near side. He wants to go 1v1 against Luke Biasi. Once Oakland had progressed into the attacking half, he just hasn't had the service so far in this first half.
Biasi going back, bit of miscommunication between he and Odunze, trying to figure out who's going to take that. Johnson comes all the way back to get the ball. As Johnson, a little tug at the back of the kit from Fisher. As everybody will jog on back. Lyon wanted to try and restart it quickly. Wilson was right there in front of him. Didn't have the ball in the right spot nonetheless, as I'll just play it over to J.P. Skierson, get back going. Pelayo trying to play a ball in deep. Nicely done, right at the foot of Dennis. He was unable to keep the momentum moving forward, though, as he has to peel back out.
And that's a real strength of Adrian Pelayo's game, and those long, booming balls over the top. Charlie Dennis, not maybe the optimal target for those because he's a player that really wants to go east-west more than he wants to go north-south, but those long balls from Pelayo are a big asset for this Rising group.
Oakland back and set up for it. They'll weave it around. Prentice on that left wing. Trying to get around Skierce, who's been very sharp here in the opening 20-plus minutes. Biasi goes and steps in front, intercepts that pass. An opportunity potentially the other direction. Aveyevu, he's got Johnson. Puts it in front, Johnson. Fisher comes to collect. Johnson crosses it. And a bit too far for Charlie Dennis. Couldn't get there in time.
And those are moments where Phoenix Rising maybe need just a little bit more out of Darius Johnson. Aveyevu does well to release him in that transition opportunity. Just the final ball or the final action that is lacked from Phoenix Rising's left winger a little bit too much through the first 3 league games of 2026.
Bandito's excited to be back at home. All headed down, Biasi right at midfield. If you are at home, you can watch the USL Championship in Spanish on 2DN. It's the nation's leading Spanish sports language network. Lexington SC take on the newcomers, Brooklyn FC, on Wednesday, March 25th at 7 p.m. Eastern. And Detroit City FC face the Charleston Battery, March 28th at 4 p.m. Eastern. Go to uslchampionship.com for the complete USL TV listings. A little leap over the ball from the referee, Matt Thompson. Ball laid over to the right side. Trejo with some space. Trejo going to go right at Biasi, who gets doubled up. Aveyevu coming to help out. Biasi steps right in front and knocks it down. Fisher steps in, one touch, back to Trejo. And Biasi once again been there every step of the way against Trejo tonight. Biasi was a part of that Pittsburgh club. Our first ever championship last year. Makes the move here to Phoenix. Now Natash tried to sneak and weave his way through there, but unable to. For Bravo. Now back to Garcia. Edwards. McCabe for Fisher. Both Sibiaranga. Looking over the top. Nice little set down. Batash left-footed shot. Takes a deflection. And an incredible bit of defense from Pelayo, who helped out his goalkeeper. If Pelayo's not there, it's a 1-0 Oakland scoreline.
Yeah, that is a lovely sequence from Oakland. The booming switch out to Bravo on that left side and the one-touch pass. There to Batash. Phoenix Rising end up doing just enough. That is Oakland growing into this game a little bit and settling themselves in possession. Ryan Martin talked to us earlier this week and said, against New Mexico, yes, we got the win. There were some parts of the game that he really liked, but he wanted his team to have just a little bit more control. And we're seeing there what Oakland can do with it.
First Carvana corner kick of the night for either side as Tommy McCabe plays it short. Carvana, proud sponsor of Phoenix Rising, will drive you happy. Comes all the way back around to the other side. Need to turn Morsu right at the edge of the 18. This one crossed in, going deep as that one goes up. Asking for a stoppage. There's a Rising player down holding the back of their head. That is Charlie Dennis, who took the knock in defense as they stopped play to go check on Charlie. Dennis a little slow to get up. Went up to try and win that header and came out a little worse for wear. That referee ready to put the ball back in as Darius Johnson getting a little bit of instruction from the head coach, Pamuduka, in his second season here in the Valley. Pamuduka is certainly one of those individuals out there on the pitch. Saw him at the bottom of the screen in the tan there, and we could hear him up here.
Yeah.
Very vocal, not afraid to be vocal.
And that energy sort of permeates this Phoenix Rising group at times when you think about how eager they are to transition forward. Certainly take on parts of their manager's personality in that way.
Prentice tries to come back to win that ball. Some heavy contact. Batash was taken down by Dennis. He pops right back up. Little push and a foul from Gomez. Did it right in front of the head referee and thought he could try to get away with that one, but unable to.
And not a whole lot in that one on first glance from Diego Gomez, but it is coherent with how this game has been called. We'll catch it on the replay here. A little bit of an extension of the arm there on Batash, but really not a lot of contact. But again, I saw Phoenix Rising get one of those very, very light calls earlier. It does seem to be consistent with the flow of the game so far.
Batash and McCabe, the two sitting back. He'll be Batash to take it, puts it in towards the box. Godunze punches it down, and Morsu just has to kick it up over his head. But Aveyevu trying to get to it as Aveyevu unable to go and collect after the first touch. Uranga forward for Trejo. This one sent through. Nice sliding challenge to win that ball from Pelayo as Wilson was in behind.
Yeah, we've seen Phoenix Rising center backs, both Pelayo and Skiers, deal well with those quick attempted through balls from Oakland tonight. You talked earlier, Killian, about how there's no Rafa Shihus in this starting 11. We were expecting to see that last weekend. Didn't end up happening after a little injury in warm-up. Phoenix Rising, what they gain with Shihus in the 11 is a little bit more athleticism in their center back pairings. It maybe is a little bit of a better matchup in a way against this Peter Wilson-led Oakland team because of how eager Oakland is to thread their 9 in behind.
Sacco trying to go to the back for Colin Smith, who was helping out in attack, but over the top of him. And Phoenix just trying to gain a little bit of, release a little bit of the pressure that's been mounting over these last few minutes, as we're going to take a quick stoppage for a hydration break. Up over 100 degrees today in Phoenix, which, as Valley natives, not a pleasant thing to say on March 21st.
Yeah, it's not. It's not. I mean, I was going to say, though, it does feel normal in a weird, twisted way. It's like saying water's wet, you know, over 100 degrees in Phoenix. March on. And brace for the worst.
Yeah, there we go. That guy gets it. Hydrate. Luckily, the temperatures come down a pretty fair bit so far tonight, as both sides played 0-0 so far. Is Joe Sewell, kind of ask you, how would you say these first 30 have gone for each side?
Yeah, for Phoenix, there have been some good moments, especially when it comes to ball progression into the attacking third. Phoenix have built well through the press for the most part, and they've had opportunities to go and move forward as a unit. I think if you're Pamadou Ka in this little water break here, you're thinking about, okay, can we establish ourselves in the final third a little bit more? Can we not rush that last action like we just saw from Isan Sacco overhitting the ball to Colin Smith? Can we settle? Can we get the ball in the foot of Hope Aveyevu? And can we try to create chances after pinning Oakland a little bit deeper? There have been some good moments arising, but that feels like the area that could improve. And for Oakland, I think if you're Ryan Martin, you're thrilled with how the last 5 or so minutes have gone for your team, of having a little bit more time and control in the attacking half. Keep Phoenix Rising away from your own goal, where you're not maybe quite as worried about this team getting out of tradition without a guy like Juan Carvajal up top for this Rising group. Oakland, I think, will want to continue the way that this half has gone for them so far over the last few minutes.
Ryan Martin and his side, mentioned he came over. This is a guy who's longtime manager at Loudoun United. A bit of an awkward situation and a falling out between him and the club there back on the East Coast, but he's found a spot here in Oakland, and it certainly seems like it's a spot that he feels wanted and he's very comfortable in with the club.
Yeah, very much so. I mean, we talked about already those 3 guys, Tommy McCabe, Florian Below, Keegan T coming with Ryan Martin. There's a real affinity that he's developed with his players, not just those 3 guys, but other guys in Loudoun. Some really difficult situations that Ryan Martin has been put in to close out that time at Loudoun after 6 years at the club. Now in Oakland, he's got a little bit more that he can work with, a little bit more resources. And you think about Wilson and Trejo and some of the guys that are in this team. These are legitimate top-tier attacking stars in the USL Championship. I mean, Wilson and Trejo could be one of the best duos at any position group in the entire USL Championship, with a chance to really influence this group and input his ideas onto them. It's got to be a really exciting opportunity for Ryan Martin, and so far the early returns are positive.
It certainly is. And this is, again, as you said earlier, no Florian Velo.
Yeah.
He's one of those guys that wait until you can add him into the rotation of the mix. You got to like having those 3 guys, as well as Wolfgang Prentice. He was one of the goal scorers last week in the first goal of the match. There's a lot of options. Honestly, it's a little bit of like this Phoenix Rising club was at the start of last year with all the that they had.
Very, very much feels like this is a loaded Oakland attack if all the pieces can get fit and firing. Velo, still one of the better chance creators in the USL. Tossing some of the distribution that we've seen from Mark Fisher on this right side so far in 2026. There's a lot of promise in this Oakland group. I'm very, very high in what this team is now and what they could be down the road as well.
Mark Fisher is a guy who came from the Toronto FC system. You mentioned him. Played at Stanford. He was a Pac-12 Freshman of the Year. Back when it was the Pac-12.
R.I.P.
Yeah, a very, very sad thing to bring up, especially during March Madness time. As Oakland tries to break out once again. Biaronga with some space in the middle. Good touchdown as he tries to break away. Sneaks one through past Skiers, but Prentice has to chase it down. Is able to keep it in touch. Prentice got Smith in front of him. Smith having to whirl around as that one sent all the way through the box. Biaronga sent back in. Wilson tries to get his head to it. Collision, and it doesn't matter as there was some contact and a foul.
Again, you see Peter Wilson just throwing himself at the ball inside the box. That is a huge part of his game. Bosi Biaronga leading that break as well. He's been so good for Oakland to begin 2026. A guy that weren't quite sure, is he going to be a go-to player for Ryan Martin this year or not? Certainly a talented player. Only had 1,400 minutes for this Oakland group last season, but he's got 28 caps for Uganda. Started a couple games for them at AFCON in December. Certainly a rising profile in this Oakland midfield group, and he's been very, very good to start this year.
Quick throw in taken by Fisher to Trejo and played all the way back for Edwards. It's been all Oakland for majority of this first half. Batash has to get it off of his feet as Sacco and Gomez were right there to pester him. Saw some early opportunities in attack, a few not really true chances, but moments from Phoenix with Darius Johnson on that left side, but just haven't had enough possession to really create anything. As Oakland pinging the ball around the midfield. All sent towards the middle, poor pass intercepted by Johnson, who sends it right back to Oakland, and they'll play it back to Spiegel.
And those are the moments that Phoenix Rising have to be better in. If you're going to sit off and have Oakland on the ball for stretches of this game, you have to be ready to transition. Phoenix just not quite there.
Palaio right there, step for step with Wilson as Wilson comes back. He goes through Morsu, and there's a foul. Morsu take a moment to get himself up, and while he does, I want to remind you that Phoenix Rising and Modelo have teamed up to offer the ultimate game night experience. For just $20, you can get one ticket and one 16-ounce Modelo to elevate your game day. Don't miss out on this special offer. You can get your tickets today and cheer on Phoenix Rising. Buy now at phxrisingfc.com.
Sorry, Killing. We highlighted Hope Abeyevu in the open. We're seeing him play a very different game tonight. Yes, we've seen him drift a little bit wide to that left side at times, like he's done in the first couple of games of the season, but he really has been all the way across the width of the field tonight. And I think that is his best role for this Rising group, where he's able to go east-west, to influence the game, to get on the ball and combine, rather than just be boots on the chalk, as we've seen him so often throughout this year so far. It's a really positive development, just needs a little bit more of the ball so far to really influence the game.
Biasi stepping up to go after Fisher. Played over Batash. He's got Bravo making a run in front of him. Elects to hold it up at midfield. Tommy McCabe comes back to get the ball. Fisher turns, looking for Trejo. Biasi right there, and there will be a foul. That was on Biasi. Biasi tonight, he's been a bit like peanut butter stuck on the top of a dog's mouth, or the roof of a dog's mouth. He's been a bit of a nuisance on this right side for Trejo, and them trying to go that direction.
Yeah, I'm not sure how well the Trejo family would appreciate that comparison, but I think you're right on the money there, Killing, with the analogy. Luke Biasi has been so responsible tonight on the left side of that Phoenix Rising back line.
There's Prentice trying to sneak one through it. We'll take a deflection. It will bring a Carvana corner kick. A guy like Danny Trejo, you kind of get the feeling as the match goes on, as he gets into it more, he's He's always reading, trying to figure out, okay, where's going to be the best way to attack? When's the time to go? And he is going to get an opportunity, you have to imagine, at some point.
Yeah. Yeah, so positionally flexible, Trejo, where we've seen him so often in this first half all the way wide, but also very comfortable working in the box as a second forward, can drop a little bit deeper in central midfield. He's a real do-it-all type of player.
Second Carvana corner kick of the night. This one going towards the near post. Odunze reaches that big right paw out and punches it away.
Yeah, it's much more assured there from Chituro Odunze. We've seen in this young season a few nervy moments for the Phoenix Rising goalkeeper when service is coming into the 18. But that is excellent work from Phoenix Rising's number 1.
Trejo chests it down. Biasi right there once again wins that battle. As Morsu's going to turn, get it right back to 20 in black. I wonder if Phoenix will try and take this opportunity, maybe hold possession just a little bit as we approach the final 5 minutes of this first half. Gomez chips one forward. Smith, if he can get there, it's a long run and just a step shy. And be able to keep that one in.
Yeah, so close there from Diego Gomez, and a great idea to release Colin Smith down that right side. It all stems from a lovely turn in central midfield from Gomez, making his second league start for Phoenix Rising. First-year player coming into USL from Necaxa in Liga MX. He has been so good so far, Diego Gomez. Really, really impressive in that draw against Orange County. Gets the one-touch assist, where, of course, Sako did most of the work, but still a nice ball to Sako on the goal last Saturday, and really, really composed and energetic in every phase of play.
You know, it was in a moment that he kind of got thrust into as well.
Yep.
We talked a lot about JP Skiers having to slide back with Shihus being that late scratch, but he was the guy that got thrust into the lineup when he thought he was going to be on the bench to start the night.
Yeah, and you didn't see Gomez looking overawed by any means. I mean, he's got a cap from Mexico. He's played at the Liga MX level. This game seems to move slowly for him, which is a really, really important thing. If you can slow the game down, you can be more influential with your touches of the ball and more influential when you're off the ball as well, and Gomez looks like he's checking all of those boxes.
Trejo comes back to pick it up, and he'll take it across midfield. Back to Fisher. Playing all the way back for Edwards. Phoenix has looked like they've settled in just a little bit more these last few minutes. Prentice. For Bravo, asking for some help as he lays it back. Oakland just holding possession now, watching the seconds tick down in this first half of action. Patash. Forward for Prentice. Prentice. Beautiful through ball in for Bravo. Bravo crosses it. Trejo with lots of space. One-on-one. Odunze comes out. And Plyo was right there to head it away. Beranga knocked away as that was Sako coming all the way back to help out in defense, and a round of applause from this home crowd for that one.
Yeah, some nervy defending there from Phoenix Rising. Palayo and Odunze sort of switching places, where Odunze went to close down the man and Palayo gets his head to clear that ball off the line. Gutsy play there from Rising.
Going over the top for Wilson. If the flag stays down, it could be a chance. Trejo coming to assist his strike mate. Trejo tried to sneak one around Aveyevu. Beranga right down in the end line. That one's centered and in. It's Prentice. 2 goals in as many weeks. And it's 1-0 Oakland.
Another hot start for the Oakland Roots. And it's Babosi Beranga who keys this whole sequence with his dynamism out of central midfield. You see the touch there from Beranga to round Jean-Eric Morsu, which is no easy task. And get the ball back for Wolfgang Prentice. The one-touch finish. And the Oakland Roots are up 1-0 away from home.
Prentice scored 5 last season. He's got 2 in his last 2 matches. And this one gives Oakland the lead on the road right before the half. And some frustration on the faces of the hosts. You could kind of feel that one coming at some point the way this first half has gone, Joe. There's been so many chances, or at least opportunities to create real chances, and finally a little bit of space. And Oakland has the first one of the night, and a poor pass and a turnover. Prentice going to stop and turn. Back at Prentice's feet. He's going to cross this one all the way to the near side of the edge of the 18. Trejo, as that one's pushed away by Biasi.
Yeah, Oakland flowing now on the ball. Looking confident, playing well. Trejo now a chance to make some magic.
Trejo trying to get around. He does. He gets through Avievu and Biasi, and now Biasi a little slow to get up after taking some contact. As Phoenix wanted to go quickly, but they're waiting for Biasi to stand back up. See Biasi talking a little bit to Frederic Morsu. Pelayo will boot this one deep. Charlie Dennis comes to meet the ball. Smith has to stop. He gets taken down. And now Colin Smith tried to go quickly, and they're telling Colin Smith no. That one looked like it was directly in relation to what happened last week for Phoenix at the end of the first half with Juan Carvajal's second yellow.
What a ball that is from Pelayo.
Avievu now pushes it over to the right side for Dennis. Dennis crossed in for Johnson, who was there, but it was a bit too direct. Spiegel came out to catch it. Only 4 minutes added on here at the end of this first half. Spiegel down towards the center. As Avievu is taking out Biaranga, just a little bit of the bigger man going through to win that ball. Trejo for McCabe. Nice little bit of play. 1-2 from those two. Prentice over for Bravo. Bravo a little bit of a step over. Back for Prentice, a bit too strong of a pass as it deflects off of his heel. But he's able to go collect it.
And Oakland now right back where they want to be, with just controlling the ball in the attacking half. You mentioned earlier, Oakland sort of knocking at the door, and they have been killing. That's a part of why Phoenix Rising find themselves down a goal here. The other challenge is that Rising just haven't really threatened Rafael Spiegel at the other end.
That one headed in towards goal, and it's 2-0. A beautiful cross and a better finish. Julian Bravo came soaring in to double the advantage.
What a header that is from Julian Bravo. It's Prentice down this left side with the inch-perfect delivery to the towering Julian Bravo. Makes no mistake. Buries that in the back of Chituru Odunze's net. Phoenix Rising, 2 goals conceded in the last few minutes of this first half. Trying to get their bearings here.
What a night so far for Wolfgang Prentice. A goal and an assist, as Julian Bravo has his first on the season and his first in an Oakland kit. As Phoenix puts it back into play, they look to try and find something before the end of this first half. And we also want to remind you that Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier from the USL Championship. The grassroots to the pros, Select is there every step of the way. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select products, specials, and more. Select, the player's choice.
Kelly was mentioning earlier before, Julian Bravo doubled the lead for the visitors. See yet another foul there. Matthew Thompson going to his pocket to book Adrian Pelayo, a frustrated Adrian Pelayo. Phoenix Rising have had some challenges in this first half, actually creating chances at the other end. They have not really threatened Rafael Spiegel much at all in this first 45 minutes. Instead, they've been pinned deep inside their own half and haven't been very dangerous trying to get out on the break. This is a Phoenix team that has really struggled now at both ends in the first 45 minutes.
A bit of a silly... Oh, there, that was just a shove of Peter Wilson, who immediately got up, and you can see the look on his face. It's like, what are we doing here? So an easy yellow card from the pocket of Matt Thompson, as McCabe will set up Batash to his right. An opportunity here in the final few moments of this first half. Already had 2 goals in the last 10 minutes. Tash going to run over it. McCabe going for the back post. That one's centered back as Morsu able to kick it out over his head and back towards midfield. See if there's one more chance in this, or if it is the end of the first 45, and it will be. 2-0 from Oakland in a flurry of action in the final 10 minutes of this first half has the visitors 45 minutes away from starting the season 3-0 and setting a club record of 4 consecutive league wins. Wolfgang Prentice, he was the man of the first 45. A goal and an assist. And it's 2-0 Oakland. Don't go anywhere. We got halftime coming up, presented by ASMC. We'll be right back from Phoenix.
When you choose Arizona Sports Medicine Center, you have access to one of the Valley's most advanced sports medicine and orthopedic care teams.
You're choosing a multidisciplinary team who are dedicated to providing the care you need.
That's why we offer advanced treatments, both surgical and non-surgical options, including robotic-assisted procedures.
If you suffer from chronic joint pain, a sports injury, or need rehab after surgery, we're here to help you get back to doing what you love to do.
Care is more than just treatment. It's a journey we take together.
There's a big deal going on at Whataburger, like the new Big Ranch Wrap, a crispy chicken strip, buttermilk ranch, cheese, and fresh veggies in a warm tortilla. Or go bigger with 5 premium Whata chicken bites. Or go bigger than big with our Bacon Cheese Whataburger Jr. with fresh 100% beef and melty cheese. Make it even bigger with fries and a drink for a little more. Now that's a big deal. The Whata deal, now at What a Burger. Download the app.
Billy, I need help with the clicker.
Yeah, wait, 1 second, Grandma. This guy's gonna buy my car. Billy, you still there? Okay,
You need Carvana.
What's your plate number?
Boss, M-O-V.
Vehicle features, no accidents, right?
No.
Good. Generating offer. Carvana can pick it up tomorrow.
That's an amazing offer. But do you still need help with the clicker?
I'll ask your sister.
Sell your car the easy way with Carvana.
When you trust your heart to Abrazo Health, you're choosing a team who have dedicated their lives helping to save yours.
You're choosing physicians, medical assistants, and providers who commit their lives to understanding every connection and hearing the whole person.
We are here for every heartbeat, from preventative diagnostic testing
to performing complex, life-saving heart surgeries.
We believe heart care is more than just treatment. It's a journey we take together.
Hey, John Hamm.
Hey, Gare Bear.
You still coming to my dog's birthday party?
I would, but I have to sell my car.
Well, just sell it to Carvana.
Carvana? Huh?
Great offers, 100% online. They'll pick it up. You told me about Carvana.
Did I?
And isn't that your car?
I mean, that could be anybody's car. Okay, fine. I sold it to Carvana. Thank you. Whoa.
So you'll come?
I just sold my car. What, are we gonna walk? Sell your car to Carvana today.
Are you okay? You seem upset. Turns out you were right. Our car was breaking down and we did need a new one with a loan from America First Credit Union. Me saying there was no hurry and to wait was wrong. Hey, on the bright side, we got to meet Huey.
Get your money working with our low-rate auto loans, now with no payments for 90 days.
When you trust your heart to Abrazo Health, you're choosing a team who have dedicated their lives helping to save yours.
You're choosing physicians, medical assistants, and providers who commit their lives to understanding every connection and hearing the whole person.
We are here for every heartbeat, from preventative diagnostic testing
to performing complex, life-saving heart surgeries.
We believe heart care is more than just treatment. It's a journey we take together.
Back at 38th in Washington, you're watching the Abrazo Health ASMC halftime report. 2-0 Oakland Roots on top of Phoenix Rising. Here after the first 45. Wolfgang Prentice, Julian Bravo, the 2 goal scorers. Be sure to hydrate, get your snacks, get your drinks. Be right back on the other side. Match day 1, it's the season opener of the USL Championship.
No time like the present for these teams to make a statement and begin the campaign on the right foot.
We all have goals. But let's be honest, most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
Today, we accomplished nothing. I mean it, not a thing. And it was kinda everything.
This spring, stay 3 nights and get a $50 Best Western gift card.
Prinks Tires in the USL help soccer journeys everywhere to drive harder. From city playgrounds to suburban sidelines. From early mornings to late nights. From fun with friends to winner takes all. From the biggest fan to the biggest heart. And at every turn, Prinks Tires will be there for the long haul.
Are you okay? You seem upset. Turns out you were right. Our car was breaking down and we did need a new one with a loan from America First Credit Union. Me saying there was no hurry and to wait was wrong. Hey, on the bright side, we got to meet Huey.
Get your money working with our low-rate auto loans, now with no payments for 90 days.
Back in ASMC halftime report, 2-0. Some players starting to make their way back onto the pitch and loosening up a little bit. Oakland Roots on top of Phoenix Rising FC. Killian McClatchy, Joe Lowry here in the desert. Appreciate you for hanging out with us. And we got a second. We're going to send it back to the studios at HQ for a little bit of an update of what's going on around the championship this week.
It is halftime at the USL Championship. We hope you're enjoying your match so far. I'm Dan Lucas inside the USL studio with a look at some of the headlines for this week. A new era is underway at Louisville City following the exit of head coach Danny Cruz earlier in the week. Simon Bird was named interim head coach for the back-to-back Players' Shield winners. Bird worked with Cruz since joining Lou City staff in 2021. Monterey Bay has given its young roster core a veteran boost with the signing of midfielder Sebastian Lletget. 33 appearances for the U.S. men's national team during a successful pro career. Lletget subbed on during Monterey's Week 2 match against El Paso Locomotive. Well, the season is still young, but the hot starts are standing out already. How about Rubio Rabin, 3 goals in 2 matches for El Paso? The Oakland Roots off to a 2-0 start under new head coach Ryan Martin. They had never done that in their previous 5 years since joining the championship. And goalkeepers Anthony Siaha of Hartford Athletic and Danny Vitiello of Sacramento Republic each kept clean sheets through the first 2 matches of the season. Spanish broadcasts are coming up soon on 2DN. Wednesday the 25th, Lexington SC hosts Brooklyn. Then Saturday the 28th, Detroit City hosts Charleston Battery. That's a look at the headlines for this week. Let's get you back to your match for the second half.
Big thanks to Dan for keeping us updated for what's going on around the league. The big change over there in Louisville. A bit of a massive one there, Joe.
Yeah, Danny Cruz, now an assistant coach on Cam Nowell's staff at Minnesota United in Major League Soccer. Cruz, one of the most well-regarded coaches in all of the USL. And yet Lou City didn't miss a beat. This is an organization with continuity. It's Simon Bird who takes over on the sidelines. He is now the interim manager at Lou City. Take down Rhode Island 4-2 earlier today. This Louisville City team, Danny Cruz or not, is still downright terrifying.
Yeah, as you saw some of the scores from around the league, Tulsa 3-2 victory over Las Vegas, 3-0 for Tampa Bay, and Charleston picking up another victory. Well, going to take another break. Watching the ASMC halftime report. Everybody sure looking through, trying to keep all their March Madness brackets updated. We'll be right back from Phoenix.
Hey, John Hamm.
Hey, Gare Bear.
You still coming to my dog's birthday party?
I would, but I have to sell my car.
Well, just sell it to Carvana.
Carvana, huh?
Great offers, 100% online. They'll pick it up. You told me about Carvana.
Did I?
And isn't that your car?
I mean, that could be anybody's car. Okay, fine, I sold it to Carvana. Thank you. Whoa.
So you'll come?
I just sold my car. What, am I gonna walk? Sell your car to Carvana today.
There's a big deal going on at Whataburger, like the new Big Ranch Wrap, a crispy chicken strip, buttermilk ranch, cheese, and fresh veggies in a warm tortilla. Or go bigger with 5 premium Whata chicken bites. Or go bigger than big with our Bacon Cheese Whataburger Jr. with fresh 100% beef and melty cheese. Make it even bigger with fries and a drink for a little more. Now that's a big deal. The Whata deal, now at What a Burger. Download the app.
When you trust your heart to Abrazo Health, you're choosing a team who have dedicated their lives helping to save yours.
You're choosing physicians, medical assistants, and providers who commit their lives to understanding every connection and hearing the whole person.
We are here for every heartbeat, from preventative diagnostic testing
to performing complex, life-saving heart surgeries.
We believe heart care is more than just treatment. It's a journey we take together.
At Raising Cane's, we focus on making the most craveable chicken finger meals, getting them right every time. That's why we hand batter every chicken finger, mix every cane sauce, butter every Texas toast, stir every slaw, salt every fry, squeeze every lemon, and brew every ounce. We do this inside every Raising Cane's, every day. Because when you do it right, you can taste it in every bite. Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
This broadcast of the USL Championship is brought to you in part by Carvana, ASMC, and America First Credit Union.
Traffic flowing in downtown Phoenix. Fans are here, though, for family night. Watch the ASMC halftime report. Oakland Roots 2, Phoenix Rising 0. As we are getting ready for the second half of action, Killian McClatchy, Joe Lowry. It's a beautiful night from a day that started out a little toasty for all of us here in the Valley of the Sun, as we'll give you the first half highlights presented by Gila Rivers Resorts and Casinos. It was really kind of all Oakland in the first half, Joe.
Yeah, Oakland, 11 shots at Phoenix Rising's 2 in this first 45 minutes. You saw some of the early warning signs. Wolfgang Prentice. We'll see another little bit of Wolfgang Prentice as these clips roll on. Oakland found a number of valuable opportunities. You see Babose Biarrianga getting forward there as well. That's another theme of this first half.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of those. Something that Ryan Martin said earlier this week. They wanted to try and see how this Phoenix team was going to play out the back, and so far tonight in the first half, they've struggled, and this was where the first salvo was fired. Danny Trejo gets the ball. Biarrianga does a nice job to win it, keep it in, and Wolfgang Prentice, little one-touch right at the penalty spot, unmarked, taps it in.
That's such good work from Biarrianga, breaking out of midfield there. Really, really clever play from Oakland's box-to-box midfielder, and they weren't done in the first half. You see Wolfgang Prentice again. It's another service on the left wing. A beautiful left-footed cross onto the head of Julian Bravo, who drifted all the way centrally from his left back spot. Oakland free-flowing and effective in this first 45.
Yeah, the defense, it was kind of held its own for Phoenix, but a couple mistakes, a couple missed markings, and it is a 2-0 scoreline. One of the big things you mentioned just a few minutes ago, the possession, obviously, we've kind of seen at Oakland 63-37, but the shots, it has just been all Oakland. They've been trying to go after goal. Only 3 of them on target, but 2 of them have found the net.
Yeah, very much so. I mean, it's just the sheer difference in the number of opportunities both of these teams have had. You don't have to outpossess, even at home if you're Phoenix Rising, but they simply haven't been dangerous enough in transition to manufacture shots of their own and forget getting out in transition. This is a Rising team that hasn't really dispossessed Oakland very much, even in their own half. Oakland have done very well moving the ball around and finding the weak points in Rising shape.
So both teams are back out for this second 45. 2-0 Prentice and Bravo, the goal scorers. One booking, it was that man, Adrian Pelayo. Picked up a yellow card right in the closing moments of this first half as Sacco and Avievu wait, the goal scorer and the assist man, Wolfgang Prentice. And Joe, as they get ready to go, what's kind of the change that you expect or that you feel like you need to see from this Phoenix side if they want to get back in and try to at least take a point from tonight?
Well, I'm a little surprised, speaking of changes, Killian, that Pamadou Ka didn't make any. In terms of personnel, certainly coming out of the locker room at halftime, there aren't a ton of attacking options on this Rising bench. Tony Capatillo scored in the Open Cup on Tuesday, the youngest goal scorer in Phoenix Rising history at 16 years old. Gunnar Studenthoft in this group as well. He's able to give you a little bit of a burst off the bench. But if you're Pamadou Ka, you need your group to get a hold of the ball a little bit more, because if you don't have the ball, you can't manufacture chances. It's as simple as that, whether that comes from long sustained possession sequences in the attacking half or by being a little bit more assertive defensively and getting forward and pressing Oakland. Either way, they need to find the ball higher up the field in those dangerous areas.
Yeah, one of the things you mentioned, that attacking third Phoenix, they really haven't had many opportunities there, but passing very poor, under 40% in that final third. Going to try and find some more chances in this second half. And saw it last week, Orange County had one real opportunity at the end of the match. They took it, and all it takes is one to kind of get the momentum back and start to turn the tides of this game. Odunze will step into that one and take it high up. Morsu, little touch to it as he tries to head it down. Trejo will step in front and over to Wolfgang Prentice. Trying to feed that one through to Batash. Now ball in behind. Johnson. Johnson with an opportunity, being chased down from behind. Johnson has to wait and peel it back out, and he gets taken down on the edge of the box, and it will be a free kick. It'll be essentially a short corner as Johnson does a nice job to win that opportunity for Phoenix.
And how about that ball out of the back from Adrian Pelayo? Daisy cutter forward to Darius Johnson, who can't shake free to find a chance of his own in this sequence. David Garcia does well to stick with Phoenix Rising's left winger. Couldn't quite cut the ball back for Isan Sacco on that transition attack, but now it will be a set-piece opportunity for none other than Charlie Dennis.
So Dennis in that left foot as Sacco is going to come and chat with him quickly. Sacco will meet him there as well. Have to imagine this ball comes off of the foot of Charlie Dennis. We've got Skeers, Smith, and Johnson as Biasi at the back post. Ran through Prentice. Not many big bodies in the box right now. As now it looks like it's going to be Sacco as Dennis is going to go and join. Sacco to take this free kick. Sacco tries to curl it in, takes a deflection, but there's nobody there at the back post. Prentice going to throw this one forward. Morsu, it's a foot race trying to chase down Biranga. Sends over Trejo. Trejo hesitates. Back to Biranga towards the back post. Wilson hit towards goal, and Odunze, what a save!
Chituro Odunze coming up big between the posts for Phoenix Rising yet again. Somehow Peter Wilson, of all people, snuck unmarked towards the weak side of the box there. Isiba Bosi just clipped that ball up. Odunze using that big frame to make a big save.
That ball was almost behind Odunze when he got a hand on that one. Just flips it up over the crossbar. Try and keep this one at 2-0 as it'll be the first Carvana corner kick of this second half for the visitors. Carvana, proud sponsor of Phoenix Rising, will drive you happy. For it, it's McCabe. Sends that one in towards the box. Odunze punches it out, but it doesn't matter. So he'll go and chase down the ball, try to get it restarted quickly. And he will, as Dennis is all alone. He had broken out. He's coming. He's met quickly by Bravo. Swung over to Hope Aveyevu. Aveyevu scored in the midweek in the Open Cup match against San Ramon. Little flick on, and there's a shove from behind at Johnson. Johnson not all that pleased about that initially, and now Oakland's everybody coming over try and plead their case for that one. I don't really know what all there is to plead on that. It's looking at it there in slow motion. They just got the feet tangled up.
Yeah, a little bit of a clip there from Mark Fisher on Darius Johnson. It's going to be a free kick. The foul occurs just outside the edge of the 18-yard box, and now another set piece, this time at a slightly better angle just at the edge of the box there.
Now we understand where Fisher and where the argument came from. I think it's a relatively reasonable argument to be made. As now looks like Fisher just got booked. He takes a yellow card. So whatever he said too much of it. So another free kick, as you said, a little bit of a better angle. Sacco going to step over. Dennis plays it quickly. So Sacco got stepped in front, lays over for Morsu. Gomez has to chase it down. He's going to leave it for Biasi, who will cross it over to Aveyevu. Back now for Dennis, who chips it towards the back post, but too tall for everybody, and an opportunity goes by the wayside.
And now Phoenix Rising have a chance to set up this press. We did not see Phoenix Rising up in Oakland's third of the field nearly as often as I think Pamaduka would have liked in that first half. Phoenix have a chance now to try to turn the ball over closer to goal and progress possession that way. Opportunity here for Rising.
Dennis right there in the face, is deflected up and out. Will be a throw. This is what this Phoenix Rising side needs after that 2 goals right at the end of the first half. Thrown a bit too tall. As Dennis bounces it around. Now Smith has it right at the near side. Prentice taking a shot up high as he's still keeled over right in front of the Rising bench. As the referee going to take a moment to come over and check on him. This looks like he's all right. Spiegel will toss it a few yards in front of him, and set up as on top of McCabe. He's got to move over. Same with Bravo on that far side. Ball all the way behind Wilson. Wilson going to stop. He's got Pelayo in front of him. Wilson tries to cross it towards the middle for Trejo. but Skierce was right there. Knocked back down. Wilson gets a touch to it. Now clears that again. Dennis. Lovely control as Dennis. There's a chip one over the top for Darius Johnson. Sacco, too strong of a first touch, unable to keep it. Tash ball being knocked all over the pitch. Prentice goes back to get the ball. Strong challenge from Charlie Dennis. That'll be a foul as Dennis looks like he's going to get a talking to for that challenge.
Yeah, you'll see Charlie Dennis tracking back here, comes in hard on Wolfgang Prentice. We've seen Dennis try to set the tone in the second half for Phoenix Rising, really trying to get this group forward in the press.
Bravo trying to feed a ball through Prentice. Long run in behind. Prentice unable to get there in time. A quick little toss out for Colin Smith, who will give it off for Gomez. Phoenix looks to build up. Our soccer season is here, and SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of the USL. Get all your USL tickets and more from the #1 ticketing site, SeatGeek. Your ticket to great seats. Dennis controls it and lays it off for Gomez. Gomez switches ends. Johnson, a little too tall for him as he has to chase it all the way down to the corner. Johnson hesitates. Now gets met by 2 defenders, has the ball taken away. Johnson fighting hard to try and keep it. Avayevu comes in, wins the ball. Avayevu goes down right at the edge of the 18, no foul. As Wilson goes in after it, and he'll be the first man to meet it. He's got Patash, but a good run and chase down from Morsu. It's a little bit more like a track meet these last few minutes. Gomez on the right side for Sacco. If the flag stays down, it's a chance. Crossed in, sliding challenge. Just got a piece of it. Nicely done. That was David Garcia. Had to be quick about getting right back to his feet, though. Smith, he wants a cross. Garcia slips. Sacco sends it towards Johnson. This one, left-footed shot. Spiegel reaches out with a right hand and makes the save.
I feel like I gotta clear my throat. It's been so long since I've talked. This game has been end-to-end killing. You're right on with that track meet comment. This is more like it from Phoenix Rising, where they have been more assertive, both defensively pressing a little bit higher, but also intentional in their possession play. We saw Jean-Eric Morsu key that whole sequence with the lovely line-splitting ball to Diego Gomez just a moment ago. Phoenix Rising are able to get forward from there.
Morsu a little aggressive going after Biaranga. Challenge from Biasi. Followed trail all the way over to this left side. McCabe right towards the middle. Patash looking for Prentice. Prentice trying a little back heel flick to get himself some space, but wasn't able to, as Skierce was right there with him. As now that's Smith, that is, it gets taken down by Prentice. Joe, I get the feeling there's at least one more goal in this match. I don't know who it'll be from,
right?
But there's at least one more somewhere with the way that the last few minutes have been.
Yeah, Rising have been more willing to push numbers forward, and Oakland looked poised. Maybe they hit in transition a little bit more than they did in the first half. There's enough energy, Killian, for at least one more goal in this one.
Good play from Phoenix. Colin Smith gets it out on the right side. Smith, step over, trying to get around Bravo, as Bravo does a nice job to win that ball and take down Smith in the process. Skierce, who's up helping, he's going to leave it. Dennis comes and picks the ball. Morsu for Avayevu with a strong pass as Wilson comes flying in, and Avayevu just has to hold on for dear life. And it will be right to the pocket, and for good reason. Avayevu, that's one you never want to be booked, but that's a smart foul from Hope Avayevu.
Yeah, Avayevu hopped on Peter Wilson like a backpack there. trying to do whatever he could to slow down that counterattack for Oakland. Just a poor giveaway from Phoenix Rising in midfield, but a smart foul, killing AZ from Aveyevu.
Yeah, that's a ball that if Wilson wins that and gets all the way around and gets away, Marceau was right there, but I don't know. Wilson, he was able to throw it into gear. I don't know if anybody's catching him with that much room.
Yeah, Peter Wilson, so dangerous in those kind of moments. Really effective breaking in behind and effective moving off the ball. So much athleticism and great timing when it does come time to break forward.
Spiegel will send it deep. Skierce goes up and wins that header. Smith coming across. Ball finds its feet. The man who scored the second goal, Julian Bravo. Trejo heads it down, and Biasi will clear it out of the 18. Aveyevu, a bit too much contact underneath Fisher, and Aveyevu trying to plead his case.
Yeah, some boo birds out here at 38th and Washington, but again, I'll echo what I said in the first half. It's been consistent from referee Matt Thompson tonight. You see Aveyevu get underneath Fisher there just a little bit, trying to disrupt the jump there from the fullback.
This one crossed in, looking for the back post. Prentice had a little bit of room. As Adunze is going to have to go and get that one. It looks like Oakland potentially readying for their first change, as they do have a player down on the far side of the pitch, and they are calling for the training staff. That is Fisher. He's down reaching towards that lower half of the right leg.
And it's Novell Hackshot, looks like, the veteran, who's readying on this near side ahead of the Oakland bench. We've seen this Oakland group defend and close out games where they've had leads in a back three so far, with Hackshot playing as one of those center backs. Wonder if that's the look we're going to see from Ryan Martin's group, where they're going to be just a little bit more conservative, add one more body in front of Rafael Spiegel and try to make life just that bit more difficult for Phoenix Rising.
They're 10 to Fisher. He's had a solid night so far tonight, so you hope this is nothing more than potentially just a cramp in the hot weather. As they tend, a couple subs readying for this Oakland side. They take a look at Fisher. Remind you, if you can't watch the match, be sure you can turn on Sirius XM FC 157. North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access on Tuesday nights. Plus, you can hear live matches on the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more, all on the Sirius XM FC 157 and the new Sirius XM app. Change readying for Phoenix as well is Gunnar Studenhoft. Going to be the man coming on. We'll have to wait and see who this change is going to be for, but Phoenix down 2 goals, certainly looking trying to get a little more attacking prowess on the pitch. Changes being made as the board goes up, and it will be Hope Aveyevu who will come off for Studenhoft.
I wonder if that's because Aveyevu is on a yellow card. Maybe don't want to risk going down to 10 men. Wound is still fresh after Juan Carvajal was ushered off the field this time last weekend. How Phoenix Rising create chances, though, is still a question. With Studenhoft on the field, you'd imagine this team's going to be a bit more direct and try to play through the big-bodied, athletic number 9.
So it looks like he's going to slide in. That number 9 as Isan Sacco will push over it on the wing now.
Yep, and Dennis dropping into midfield as well.
Marceau will get the ball. Dennis plays it over for Smith. Sacco. Sacco met by 2 defenders, back over for Smith. Charlie Dennis, he said he led this team in goals a season ago, but is a very good facilitator, very good with the ball at his feet. Sacco in behind, lots of space. Sacco sets it down. Sacco looking for Gunnar in the middle, and it was too far behind him. So the early change paying a little bit of dividends as Sacco has it back on the right wing once again. Dennis crossed in with the left foot. Right to the head of David Garcia. 3 changes readying for Oakland. Here's Dennis. Played just over an hour tonight in Phoenix. I have to imagine if Rising can get one, it opens something up for the rest of this second half. Dennis crossed in, settled down. Sacco, ball being pinged around inside the box. Studenoff tries to chase it down, and there'll be a foul as Gunnar. Little tug at the back of the kit. And took down Garcia. And the changes will be made. Tyler Gibson coming on with Nabil Hackshaw, as well as Jackson Keel.
And Oakland now will be back to playing with all 11. Big opportunity here for them to see this game out. Hackshaw, again, is going to be a key part of that. Imagine he's going to be helping to anchor that back line, and you see Jackson Keel enter this group as well. He's going to give them another outlet playing forward. Bigger body, certainly, than Trejo on that forward line for Oakland. Keel gives him a bit of a different look there.
Now we're waiting to see Jackson Keel. He just got put on the board that he was coming in for 11, which makes it a little interesting because 11 is not currently on the pitch for Oakland. That's Jesus de Vicente. Wolfgang Prentice, understanding that it's him coming off, and it will indeed. It's gotten sorted out. Keel coming on for the man who's contributed to both goals tonight. Nice hour-plus shift from Wolfgang Prentice this evening as he has his side up 2-0.
Yeah, it looked like Ryan Martin maybe apologizing for the poor handwriting on that substitution card.
Gibson played off in the center. Batash right along in the middle, and it took a deflection. There was a chance for Batash. And right out of the substitutions, nearly made it 3-0. So the captain, Tommy McCabe, will take the slow walk to this near side corner. It's another Carvana corner kick. Proud sponsor of Phoenix Rising. Carvana will drive you happy. The corners tonight have been by the visitors from Oakland as McCabe sends this one towards the back post. That one headed wide as Odunze quickly runs behind his goal and picks the ball up. And we'll get it back going, played over to Colin Smith. Little Morsu. Morsu sent over to Arias Johnson. Johnson working on the freshly entered the game, Gibson. Johnson tries to get around him. Sliding challenge. Johnson gets upended. And it will be a corner, first one of the night for Phoenix. A sliding tackle, an aggressive one going in. And that right shoulder just a little bit. Michael Edwards after that one.
Yeah, purposeful there from Darius Johnson. Pushing down that left side. Phoenix Rising desperately clawing. Now looking for an opportunity on this set piece.
Got Gunnar right there in the middle. 6'3", almost 200 pounds from the Cayman Islands. Is Johnson the man to take the Carvana corner kick? First one of the night. So he's got Sacco out there. Sacco sent it in towards the middle. Pass around Piazzi. Gunnar went to try and volley it. And they're going to have a stoppage. Looks like he caught more of an Oakland player than he did the ball. And Spiegel, very unhappy, has some words for the referee. And that is Peter Wilson, who is down right at the penalty spot. For Oakland, not the man that you want to see down. There's another look at it. So the ball gets bounced around. Studenhoft goes for goal and just catches Wilson on the back.
Yep. Yeah, full power there from Gunnar Studenhoft. Just underneath the ball there, and Wilson ends up bearing the brunt of that swing. That one's got to hurt Peter Wilson slowly. Getting into an upright position. Hope he's all right.
It's a good sign to see him starting to get himself back up. There's Peter Wilson back to his feet, which is a good sign. This will take a moment, and everybody will get themselves back situated once again. And Rising fans come out and celebrate a decade in the desert with a season ticket membership starting at just $10 per ticket per game. Don't miss exclusive access and events only available to members. You can purchase today at phxrisingfc.com, or you can email at sales@phoenixrisingfc.com to learn more. So put back in Spiegel with a deep boot. And Skierce wins the header. Smith trying to play a ball over the top as Gunnar comes flying in to win that ball. Sacco has to try and chase it down, and that is one of the strengths of Gunnar Studenhoft. Still some of the technical abilities a little raw, but he's an absolute freak of an athlete.
Yeah, we've seen a few of those moments from Studenhoft, even already in this young season, where he gets to a ball that it seems like nobody has any business getting to. He's a real snow globe of a player. We are shaking the game up and trying to see if that snow lands in a different spot.
Gunnar flying right in, heavy shoulder with Hackshaw. And Nabil Hackshaw is not an easy person to take to the ground. And Hackshaw, a little displeased with Gunnar as he slowly walked after him.
And you can't imagine Nabil Hackshaw has been on the receiving end of too many moments like that, and it's just a little out of control. There from Gunnar Studenhoft. The thing that's going to maybe help define his 2026 season, Studenhoft, is how well he can slow things down. Yes, he's good at playing quickly, and that is a real asset, especially when you're in that backup striker role where you are really the break glass in case of emergency option off the bench. But sometimes the moment calls for just a little bit more patience and control. That's still got to come in Studenhoft's game.
Skierce tries to win that ball. Nicely done. Beautiful touch. Trying to sneak one through. Calling for a handball as that ball kind of got up towards the chest of Edwards, but they're going to keep playing. Wilson out on the wing. Biasi comes over to try and meet him as he and Pelayo close down. It'll be a goal kick. Phoenix still looking to try and get themselves on the board. They trail 2-0. Wolfgang Prentice and Julian Bravo, the 2 goal scorers, right in the closing moments of the first half of the difference. And Morsu wins that ball. Into Tash going head to head. That ball just right to the feet of Hackshaw. Charlie Dennis comes and takes that ball. And back for Jean-Eric Morsu.
Possession's just got to move a little more quickly for Phoenix Rising when they are able to turn over the Oakland Roots. Part of the reason for that ball not moving a little bit faster is that the off-ball movement for this Rising group is quite stagnant. What if you're Jean-Eric Morsu or Charlie Dennis, who have dropped to get on the ball at the base of midfield? You don't have a lot of obvious passing options to find.
Skiers knocked that ball up in the air, ends up coming back to find it once more. As Morsu plays that one forward, as Hackshaw boots it back deep. Pelayo wins that header. Gomez, it's over for Johnson, an opportunity. It's a 4-on-3 chance. Johnson wants to go for goal. Spiegel diving out to his right and parries it.
That's something there from Phoenix Rising. Darius Johnson not afraid to take a crack on goal from distance. You said it though, Killian, that's a 4-on-3 break for Phoenix Rising, and you wonder, could you generate a higher quality chance there? Then a shot results in a fairly tame save from Rafael Spiegel.
Relatively easy one for the Swiss man Spiegel. And Sacco, they wanted to try and take this corner quickly and weren't allowed to. There's now some conversations being had amongst many a man down at the penalty spot. There's a man in a white kit down on the ground. That is David Garcia. And Garcia gets back up. So it was Johnson. Johnson got a push and then a little bit of a bump into Garcia. A little bit of pinballing around for everybody. Waiting for this Carvana corner kick. Couple more changes coming for both sides. Jesus De Vincente coming on, as well as Alexander Vukovic. Vukovic will come on. Good shift put in by Adrian Pelayo tonight.
Yeah, very, very good shift from the young center back. His most impressive performance of the season. Pelayo was excellent tonight, defensively quite stout. Some key interventions in the box, some good mobility on the defensive end, aerial ability on display as well. And then some of his line-breaking passes, both in the air and on the ground. Real bright spot Pelayo tonight in this Phoenix Rising showing.
Another big body stepping in, Vukovic 6'4", as this Carvana corner kick readies from Sacco. Sacco puts it in towards the center, bounced around, and it got through everybody and cleared away. Morsu, the man, to play it back to Biasi. Vukovic, he scored as well in the U.S. Open Cup. He's going to play it all the way back to Odunze. Vukovic. Ball played over the top for Johnson. Johnson has to chase down that first touch. Johnson running down towards the end. Tries to cut back. Johnson over to Dennis. Dennis tries with the right foot, right down to two defenders, and cleared away. Batash trying to spring it away. It's a one-on-one. Odunze, who's out, and he heads it away. Nicely done and calmly played by the keeper out of the box. Skier standing in the middle, plays for Morsu. Darius Johnson. He's got Gibson and McCabe. He's going to lay it back over to the center. This one crossed towards the back post, but right into the waiting hands of Rafa Spiegel. Gunnar being told he needs to make sure that there is space there for Spiegel to play that ball. As here is the change. It will be Batash coming off for Jesus De Vincente. Right back to it as Wilson runs into and now gets tied up a little bit with Colin Smith. All headed back and away. Bravo takes a couple extra touches the near side. Cabe waiting, finds it back for Tyler Gibson. Gibson, low cross right towards the center, a stop and a turn, and a nice sliding challenge by Vukovic. Prevented that ball from going on goal. Diego Gomez Feeds one ahead for Darius Johnson. Johnson tries to step over and loses the ball at his feet.
And those are the moments that Phoenix Rising really need more out of. When Oakland are bold enough to venture forward, there'll be opportunities, just as we saw for Phoenix Rising, to get out on the break and push numbers forward, but you need to be able to beat that first man on the dribble to keep those sequences alive.
As Skierce goes down, and now Skierce a bit of pain on this near side, holding his right arm. As Keel, when two of them collided, it looks like Keel might have came down and stepped on his hand. He's up and back going, which is a good sign. Morsu wins that ball. Morsu still with it at his feet. Morsu tries to get around a defender, and it will be a throw-in to Phoenix. Sacco wants it quickly, and he will get it out to Colin Smith. Approaching 10 minutes left to play in the 90. Phoenix trying to find something to at least give him a chance. Johnson. Johnson trying to get around. He's going to send it in with his left foot towards the center. Dennis tries to get his head to it. Knocked around, but cleared away. Here's play back, and it'll be out for a throw. Oakland will come and collect this one. And fans, eFootball is here. You can live your dream and rep your team. Play as your favorite USL Championship club today. eFootball is free to play, so go ahead and download it now. Morsu jumps in front of that one, but put right back out of touch. That one, Skierce having a fight with Kill. Skierce once again sticks a foot in. Jackson Kill still with the ball. Bravo will turn and spin, bring it back towards the center. But stepped in front of by Charlie Dennis. Studenhoft as Gunnar trying to get around Hackshaw, still chasing it down. Gunnar ends up coming away with the ball at his feet. Gunnar, couple touches towards the center. Gunnar hesitates, has to give it back off for Gomez. Biasi up helping in the attack, sent towards the back post, too tall for Isan Sacco, who has to go and chase it down. Right back in, Charlie Dennis, poor touch, and Dennis hands to the sky, loses possession, and Oakland trying to break away and relieve some of the pressure.
Yeah, Phoenix Rising can't believe they weren't able to generate a shot. From that moment, Gunnar Studenhoft does so well to win the ball, but is unable to either find the last pass or to look on goal himself. Add that one to the list of moments where Phoenix Rising have not capitalized when they have had those opportunities to break forward.
And there's a yellow for Jean-Eric Morsu. Caught a little too much of Peter Wilson, who's taking a bit of a beating tonight. It's like one more change. Reading for Phoenix. Looking like it is going to be the youngster, 16-year-old. It's Anthony Capatillo. Here's Gibson. Gibson going to play it back now. McCabe has it at his feet. All being knocked around, trying a little 1-2. Yassi doesn't win that ball. Vukovic now goes an aggressive throw-in for Oakland, and it will be the change as a 16-year-old Capatillo going to come on for Luke Biasi, getting one more attacker out there.
Yeah, Capatillo, it's been a great week for the youngster. Became the youngest goal scorer, in Phoenix Rising club history in that 4-0 win over San Ramon on Tuesday. Right out here at 38th and Washington, spoke to the media afterward. Just beaming with pride, Tony Capatillo, and gratitude as well for the opportunity that he's been given. Really bright young player. One of the brightest youngsters in this Phoenix Rising group right now.
Ball going up. Studenhoft wins that header. As Gomez gets upended. They're going to continue play the advantage for Phoenix. Played through Charlie Dennis. Dennis, low cross, knocked in but cleared away by Garcia. Morsu trying to weave his way through a few defenders. Ball gets knocked up into the air but not fully cleared out. Smith takes a touch. Back over for Dennis. Dennis wanted to get to his left foot and he does. Took a deflection. Headed up. Vukovic gets a touch over to Darius Johnson. Johnson wants to go for goal right into the hands of Spiegel.
Yeah, just looks like Phoenix Rising doesn't have a lot of ideas of how they want to break through this Oakland block. The Roots have been very comfortable sitting deeper and deeper inside their own third as this half is worn on. They've got a lead to protect and they're happy to do so. It's Charlie Dennis serving a lot of balls into the box there. Darius Johnson taking shots from distance. Not a lot of clear patterns to figure out how to generate these high-quality scoring looks that you really need to get back into this game in a reliable manner.
Dennis gets around and wins that ball. Sacco, heavy tug at the back of the kit. Sacco going to keep going, though. They're going to let it keep playing. Sacco sent over for Gomez. Gomez, right-footed shot. Gomez gets one back for Phoenix.
Diego Gomez in just his second start for Phoenix Rising. Gets this club back in the game, tries to get the crowd here at 38th and Washington back in it as well. It's tremendous strength and balance from Isan Sacco. It picks out the right pass to Gomez, who has space to take a touch, get the ball on his preferred right foot, and places it into the back of Rafael Spiegel's net. Killian, that is the bit of final pass and final action that Phoenix Rising have lacked all night long. A well-executed sequence there from Rising, and they're back in this game.
Well, they got one. Plenty of time left tonight to try and potentially find a second. As it looks like David Garcia went and picked up a yellow card after the play as well. So 2-1 Oakland. As Rising have been very aggressive in this second half. A lot of attacking changes to try and get back into this match. And they've clawed one closer. Darius Johnson, the ball at the far side. Johnson, good touch, trying to get himself some space. Crossed over, and it's going to be a corner. That brings this crowd to their feet, making a little noise tonight.
And keep an eye on the Phoenix Rising center backs. You see Vukovic and Skier stepping forward. Both very, very dangerous players in the air off of this ball from Isan Sacco.
You got Skiers, Vukovic, and Gunnar, three big bodies down in the box for the hosts. Another Carvana corner kick. Sacco with a hand in the air, and he's ready. Sacco puts this one in towards the middle. Gunnar, too tall. Spiegel will put it back in quickly as Gunnar comes chasing after it, and a late whistle and a stop right in front of the Phoenix bench, and they're not happy about that foul.
Again, the frustration is understandable as we catch the replay here. It's Gunnar Studenhoft who comes in from behind there. Again, there's not a whole lot of contact that David Garcia is feeling there, but it's consistent with how Matt Thompson has called this game, whether it's been minute 1 or minute 88.
Garcia slowly steps back to his feet. It's Hackshaw gonna put his left boot through it. Cast it down. Smith whips that one around. Dennis. Lay it down deep. Gunnar has to wait up for it. Gunnar tries to chip it forward. I think even he thought it might have been a handball as it took an awkward deflection off of him. And it's a long run as Vukovic takes a shove from behind from Wilson, and Wilson right in front of the far side official, trying to argue his case. Gomez in towards the middle, played over for Charlie Dennis. Dennis, played over for Johnson. Johnson, upended, taken down, it'll be a free kick. Johnson will set this one down, want to take it quickly. They try and get it set up. Take a moment to set this, and while they do, I want to introduce you to the ultimate match day deal from Phoenix Rising. It's the family 4-pack. You can get 4 tickets, 4 entrees, 4 chips, and 4 waters or sodas, all for just $100. Bring your family and experience an unforgettable night of soccer. Get your family 4-pack now at phxrisingfc.com. This Rising team's been chasing the entire second half. They got the 1 goal. Searching for a second. Dennis, the man to take this one, crossed in, a little too far behind Vukovic, and a bit too far behind everybody, but it will be a corner to the near side for Phoenix.
Well, that is a dangerous ball in there from Charlie Dennis. Vukovic nearly gets his head to it, just has to snap it back. Can't quite nail the timing there. Again, another set-piece moment here for Charlie Dennis.
Another Carvana corner kick. Proud sponsor of Phoenix Rising. Carvana will drive you happy. Charlie Dennis trying to bring a little more happiness to this home crowd. Dennis, this one swung in, knocked towards goal, but deflected away. And it will be a goal kick. There are plenty of white kits on the ground. As we get, the board goes up 7 minutes. Added on. There's another look.
Yeah, looked to me like maybe that ball deflects off of a white shirt. A little difficult to tell on that angle. Job remains unchanged for Phoenix Rising. They're still looking for one more.
Rafa Spiegel certainly going to take his time, and he will boot this one plenty deep, you have to imagine. Big right foot from the Swiss keeper. Vukovic going to head it back for Odunze. He's going to quickly throw it back out. Oakland 6 minutes away from the best run in club history as Johnson gets taken down from behind, right to the pocket. And it'll be a yellow card, another set-piece chance for Phoenix. That's Peter Wilson with a yellow card. Trying to win 3 consecutive matches to start this season and match Louisville, keep pace with them at the top. Rising, they gave away a goal in stoppage time last week to lose the 3 points. Trying to find one in stoppage time to steal a point away. Whistled in, Dennis raises the hand. Dennis put in, too tall for Vukovic. He was who he was looking for. Capetillo runs and chases it down. Morsu sent back in towards the box, headed towards goal, and Spiegel, as Gomez unable to get that to any of his teammates. Spiegel boots it deep. It's Charlie Dennis in a foot race. David Sente, and it'll be out, taken quickly. Morsu, long ball over the top. Gunnar trying to work his way around Hackshaw.
Yeah, it's well done from Navel Hackshaw. Not going to go down again under the pressure from Gunnar Studenhoft. Strong work from the center back tonight for Oakland. Trying to see out this game.
Vukovic goes up and wins that header. Gomez, the ball knocked up in the air, and Wilson is down on the ground after taking some more contact. He'll get helped up. It's Captain Tommy McCabe.
Yeah, I see Vukovic and Wilson end up tangled up there. Oakland okay to see some time tick off the clock, and Rising trying to get this ball back in a hurry.
3.5 of the 7. There's Smith, good little burst, getting around Keel. Smith sends it towards the center of the box, headed out. Morsu wins that ball, little back heel flick. Over for Dennis. Still plenty of time tonight. Good pressure there from Tyler Gibson, forcing Charlie Dennis to get the ball off of his feet.
Killing, you say plenty of time. Feels like at most home stadiums around the USL Championship, we wouldn't say that about 3 minutes.
There's Johnson deflected down. Vukovic, who was up, couldn't keep the touchdown as Vukovic tries to run over and win the ball. Now sprung out the other direction, Oakland. Gonna take a beat. Sent back behind, Wilson. Gets to the touch, Morsu able to come back. Morsu still with the ball. Long run from side to side. Capetillo, the 16-year-old, stops. Trying to cut back in towards the center. That one's sent and intercepted. Abiaranga, and he just boots it deep as Odunze gonna chase after a ball, and he'll pick one up.
Yeah, but 3 minutes out here. 38th and Washington can feel like 3 hours sometimes, whether Phoenix are protecting a lead or trying to claw their way back into a game. They've still got another chance for a couple more attacks here, certainly throwing numbers forward. Really just looking for those crosses into the box at this stage.
There's Johnson. He'll get one over for Dennis. Dennis will hesitate. Dennis chipped in towards the center, and it's 2-2! Gunnar levels it! An eruption at 38th in Washington, and Phoenix has caught it all the way back.
Gunnar Studenhoft scores his first goal in black and red. A huge moment for Studenhoft, coming from back post to near post inside the 18. And it's Charlie Dennis with the clip ball that Studenhoft meets expertly to push that ball past Raphael Spiegel. It's 2-2. Phoenix Rising have somehow found their way back into this game, eager to collect a point at home.
A grin on the face of that young man, his first goal in a Rising kit, and that is another goal from Phoenix Rising, and it's another $100 from America First Credit Union being donated, local charity, through Rising's Goals for Good program. As Gunnar, a yellow card issued. It's a yellow card that I'm sure nobody will care all too much about, as the man from the Cayman Islands, he was drafted in 2024 in the MLS Super Draft, the first player ever drafted from the Cayman Islands. Made his debut back in 2021 with his national team, and tonight has his debut goal for Rising. Ball played over the top for Sacco, as Sacco has to wait for it. He's got Hackshaw. Sacco over for Dennis. Dennis, left-footed shot. Spiegel parries it away. Not done yet, Joe.
What a save that is from Raphael Spiegel. Gets down into his right. Another huge opportunity for Phoenix Rising to close out this game, and they're knocking at the door once again.
38th and Washington is rocking. You have to imagine this might be the last play of the match. It's a Carvana corner kick. Numbers are forward for Rising. All 11 in the box for Oakland. Isan Sacco. Hands on his knees. Redding trying to put one final delivery. Sacco sends it in. Spiegel comes flying out to punch it away. Bit too much contact in and around the box. And Spiegel will toss one out. And the final whistle will blow. The winning streak will end for Oakland. They remain unbeaten, but Rising fight all the way back to steal a point in the final moments. And another fun evening in the championship.
Yeah, real reversal of the scenes that we saw last Saturday against George County, where Phoenix allow a late goal and drop points. Now they managed to gain a point by scoring a couple of late goals. It's throwing the kitchen sink forward for Phoenix Rising really to close out this game. And it's that man right there, Diego Gomez, who gets Rising on the board and helps them get back into this match. Take a breath, Killian. Wow. What a finish.
What a finish. What an opening week here at 38th and Washington, as it's all handshakes and high fives amongst these two Western Conference foes. Everybody gonna wrap up around here. We're gonna do the same. Don't go anywhere though. We'll bring you some of the match highlights and put a bow on this one. 2-2 point split between Phoenix Rising and Oakland Roots.
Are you okay? You seem upset. Turns out you were right. Our car was breaking down and we did need a new one with a loan from America First Credit Union. Me saying there was no hurry and to wait was wrong. Hey, on the bright side, we got to meet Huey.
Get your money working with our low-rate auto loans, now with no payments for 90 days.
When you choose Arizona Sports Medicine Center, you have access to one of the Valley's most advanced sports medicine and orthopedic care teams.
You're choosing a multidisciplinary team who are dedicated to providing the care you need.
That's why we offer advanced treatments, both surgical and non-surgical options, including robotic-assisted procedures.
If you suffer from chronic joint pain, a sports injury, or need rehab after surgery, we're here to help you get back to doing what you love to do.
Care is more than just treatment. It's a journey we take together.
Billy, I need help with the clicker.
Yeah, wait, 1 second, Grandma. This guy's gonna buy my car. Billy, you still there? Okay,
You need Carvana.
What's your plate number?
Boss MOV.
Vehicle features. No accidents, right?
No.
Good. Generating offer. Carvana can pick it up tomorrow.
That's an amazing offer. Do you still need help with the clicker?
I'll ask your sister.
Sell your car the easy way with Carvana.
Exciting finish once again in the USL Championship. 2-2, Phoenix Rising and Oakland Roots share the points. A hug and an embrace. A real good one for that man right there wearing number 11, Gunnar Studenhoft. Gets a goal here tonight, his debut goal for Rising, and it's the big one. Helped them draw level and split the points with Oakland Roots. Plenty of joy for that man from the Cayman Islands, as we'll give you the Gila Rivers Resorts and Casinos match highlights from the first half. It was really all Oakland Roots. It started in the 42nd. Wolfgang Prentice, he was spectacular tonight. But Bosi Baranga wins this ball, keeps it in, right to Prentice at the spot.
Yeah, Prentice, right place, right time. Phenomenal work there from Baranga, who is so sharp in central midfield for this Ryan Martin team, and that wasn't done for Oakland in the first half. It's Prentice again. Ends up playing that ball in for Julian Bravo, and Phoenix Rising stunned, down 2-0 just before the halftime whistle.
Yeah, it really felt like Oakland was kind of controlling it. They could have run away with it in the second half, but Phoenix, they kept clawing, they kept fighting, and this moment, the breakthrough, Diego Gomez gets his first goal. A little stop, patient, calm, and settled finish, and then the 96th, Gunnar Studenhoft from the head to the back of the net, and it was 2-2.
Yeah, Studenhoft, such a fun story, Killen. You talked about it already. The Cayman Islands International, just his second professional season. Didn't even play all that much for Nashville SC's affiliate in MLS Next Pro, and yet has come in and has been an impact player off the bench tonight. What a moment for Gunnar Studenhoft.
Here are the final stats from the evening. 2-2, the final scoreline. 12 shots to 15. that one kind of got leveled back up. The possession numbers really started to come back in the second half when Oakland, it seemed like they kind of were comfortable sitting back a little bit more, letting Phoenix have the possession, and ultimately ends up with a 2-2 scoreline.
Yeah, Rising ended up just going route one really in the final third, looking for cross after cross. And fair play, it worked out for them between Studenhoft and Vukovic and some of those set pieces. JP Skier's getting forward as well. Maybe not the most sustainable method of attacking, and I think Oakland will feel like they deserved a little bit more out of this game. But ultimately, Phoenix Rising finding a way to scratch and claw their way to a point.
And they get points in back-to-back matches. Oakland Roots will remain unbeaten. The winning streak snapped, though, at 3, unable to set the new club record. Well, that's going to do it for us here tonight. Big thanks to our entire crew. My partner, Joe Lowry. My name is Killian McClatchy. I want to thank you for joining us this evening. You've been watching this presentation of the USL Championship. Final score from 38th and Washington. Phoenix Rising 2, Oakland Roots 2. Have a good rest of your evening. And enjoy the rest of your weekend watching a little college basketball. March Madness going on.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.